Alright, hey everyone, this is, as you can see, Endless Sky. It is also, as you can see, a Steam game. Duncan is playing Roguelands. I have no idea what that is. Sorry, I'm sick. The bank's architecture is what you would have called futuristic back when you dreamed that the future would be less squalid than the present. Story above story of curves and spires and balconies, all in gleaming metal. A doorman stands by each of the heavy glass doors. You are wearing your very best clothes, but you feel shabby next to them. The loan broker's office is equally intimidating. Large computer monitors fill the walls with stock quotes and other information spilling down them almost too fast to read. You occasionally glimpse the names of places that you have only seen in movies. Aldebaran. No relation to Alderaan. Terrazand. Earth. The pen is heavy as lead, but glides almost without friction as you print your initials on the bottom of page after page of ominous legal documents and sign several dozen statements, notices, and agreements. The banker, a balding, middle-aged man in a suit that you suspect costs more than the spaceship you are about to purchase, flips the pages past you quickly, uttering a curt, "Sign here, now here." As he points to each page, he moves swiftly, mechanically. The only moment when he becomes truly animated is when explaining the truth and lending statement to you. You are borrowing 480,000 credits, he says, to be repaid over the course of 1 year. Your daily interest rate is 0.4%, which means that your daily payments are 2,503 credits, and by the end of the year you will have paid 434,000 credits in interest. Sign here. He grins. You sign your name one final time. Ben. Should I spell my last name the Dutch way or the corrupted? I'm spelling it the Dutch way. The elevator is so well tuned that you do not even realize it is moving until it has deposited you back in the lobby. But as you leave the bank, you are smiling. This crazy adventure suddenly feels real to you. You're going to do it. You're finally going to get off this planet. Compared to the bank, you feel much more at home in the shipyard. Walking among the rusted-out hulks and newer ships that gleam in the sunlight, you smell grease and dirt and rocket fuel. Wonderful smells. There are 3 ship models within your price range. Which one you choose will determine your future. Shuttle Star... Oh, the Sparrow looks awesome! But it costs a lot more. Okay. Although Beetlejuice Shipyards produces other ship models as well, the majority of their profits comes from the sales of the shuttle. This versatile ship serves equally well as passenger transport or a cargo courier. It also happens to be the cheapest ship you can buy, which is capable of hyperspace travel. Shuttles are not designed to withstand combat of any sort, but they are fast and maneuverable enough to get out of harm's way if attacked by a larger, slower ship. What about a larger, faster ship? What about that, huh? Sorry, I keep leaning into the mic because I'm reading. Shuttles are not designed... Oh, I already read that bit. Although they are typically unarmed, they have enough space for one weapon, which is the origin of the popular phrase, as useless as a blaster cannon on a shuttlecraft. Okay. That's all the stat info. Haven't looked at the others yet, so... I'm assuming that's bigger. The Syndicate CT-50 Star Barge is little more than a cluster of cargo containers with an engine at one end and a cockpit on the other. It is a slow and ugly ship, but it can carry enough cargo to earn its captain a steady income, even in parts of the galaxy where it is hard to find passengers to carry courier missions. Because they often carry valuable cargo, and because they're too slow to evade any attackers, star barges are a common target of pirates. Classified as an interceptor rather than a fighter, Because it has its own hyperdrive instead of needing to be carried inside a larger ship, the Terrazed Sparrow is the smallest and cheapest available combat. The Terrazed Sparrow is the smallest and cheapest combat ship available. Because of its limited cargo and passenger space, the primary way for a Sparrow pilot to pay the bills is by hunting pirates, or by becoming one. Woo, fun. In either case, it is a perilous way to earn a living. Insurance reports indicate that as many as 2 out of every 3 first-time ship buyers who choose to pilot a Sparrow lose their ship, and often their life as well, within the first month of owning it. No thanks! It looks awesome, but no thanks. I'm not gonna blow the crap out of other people yet. I'm gonna go with the shuttle. Oh, nay! I think I'll be a little bit vain. The give-crate cognitive trifurcation, also known as me. Bye! With some trepidation, you give the shipyard owner your money and take your new ship for a test drive, piloting it out of the shipyard and onto a spare landing pad by the spaceport. Then you get out and look the ship over a bit more closely. You are polishing out a few rust spots with a piece of steel wool when an old man in grease-stained coveralls walks up. "Nothing quite like buying your very first starship," he says. Yeah, I'm still... Actually, since I spelled my name the Dutch way, I'm gonna do my best terrible Dutch accent. Yeah, I'm still kind of in shock over how much money I spent. He grins. I know the feeling. It's a crime how much interest the banks charge first-timers. It's been that way ever since when I first started out. "You're a captain?" I ask. "Was," he says. "Sold off my fleet a few days ago and I already miss it. But it was time for me to retire." His voice trails off, then his face lights up. "Say, any chance I could hitch a ride with you? Maybe show you the ropes, give you some pointers? I could pay you, of course." "Sure, where are you trying to get to?" "Well," he says. "I've got a spot reserved in a retirement home, but I don't mind taking a roundabout way to get there. For starters, how about you give me a lift to New Greenland? It's one jump away from here. I can mark it on your map." "Alright then, sounds good." "Great," he says. "My name's James, by the way." "Ben Oosterhout," I say. "I'm looking forward to traveling with you, Captain I can't pronounce that. You can't pronounce Dutch words with an American South accent. You just can't. It's like... No. Solamente es no. I'm looking forward to traveling with you, Captain Oosterhout," says James. As you're helping him wheel his luggage aboard and showing him his bunk, he says, "Before we take off, you might head on over to the trading center and stock up on medical goods. We can sell those for a good profit on New Greenland. Or take a look at the outfitter if you like. They don't sell much here compared to on the big manufacturing worlds." New Boston is a completely unremarkable world. Except, of course, for the fact that you happen to have been born here. That doesn't make it remarkable! Most of the land is wet and marshy, and the coastal regions are prone to flooding. Some food crops are grown here, but most of the farmers instead plant flax and jute, which grow well in wet soil and are used to make linen and burlap cloth. The textile mills are hot and poorly ventilated, but they offer higher and more reliable income than farming. This is the trading panel. Earn money by buying commodities at a low price in one system and selling them at a higher price elsewhere. To view your map of commodity prices in other systems, press M. To buy or sell, click on buy or sell. No shit. Or select a line with the up and down arrows and press plus or minus, or enter and delete. Okay, so enter delete. Function. Oh, whatever. You can buy 5 tons at once by holding down shift, 20 by holding control, or 100 at a time by holding down both. Okay. Alright. Someday, New Boston may be a prosperous enough planet to afford a better spaceport, but not yet. Many of the concrete landing pads have sunk into the muddy soil over the years since they were poured, and are now tilted and uneven. The market where ship captains buy and sell cargo is a large tent rather than a permanent building, but it is sturdy enough to keep off the rain, and high enough for loads to be brought in and out by trucks and the occasional hovercraft. And some enterprising local mechanics have set up not only a repair shop and outfitter, but also a shipyard with several small refurbished ships for sale. Here you can buy new equipment for your ship. Your ship has a limited amount of outfit space, and most outfits use up some of that space. Some types of outfits have other requirements as well. For example, only some of your outfit space can be used for engines or for weapons. This is your ship's engine capacity and weapon capacity. Guns and missile launchers also require a free gun port, and turrets require a free turret mount. Also, missiles can only be bought if you have the right launcher installed. Use your scroll wheel or click and drag to scroll the view. As in the trading panel, you can hold down shift or yeah. Let's see. Outfit space. Oh, lots of outfit space free. Gun ports free. Although not the most accurate or damaging of weapons, the energy blaster is popular because it is small enough to be installed on even the tiniest of ships. One blaster is not enough to do appreciable damage to anything larger than a fighter, but a ship equipped with several of them becomes a fierce force to be reckoned with. Can I afford it? Yes, I can. I'll buy that then. Welcome to the sky! To travel to another star system, press M to view your map, and click on the system you want to travel to. Your hyperdrive can only travel along the links shown on your map. After selecting a destination, close your map and press J to jump to that system. Your ship does not jump until you release the jump key. Once you have escorts, you can hold the key to get them ready to jump, then release it to have them all jump simultaneously. Okay. When you reach a new system, you can press L to land on any inhabited planets that are there. Also, don't worry about crashing into asteroids or other ships. Your ship will fly safely above or below them. Okay, M. radiations. The old-timer captain offered to ride along with you to New Greenland in the Arcturus system, and to give you some tips along the way. Okay. L. Is that a radiation symbol? Am I using... I thought I was using ion engines. I thought I was using ion engines, not... Is that fuel or is that radiation? I thought I was using ion engines, not impulse. There's a difference. Impulse engines, you know, they're hydrogen bombs harnessed as engines. Ion engines they're not radioactive. I'm scared. As you land on New Greenland, James says, "Congrats on your first trip through hyperspace. I'm impressed you didn't throw up. Most folks do the first time." "Including you?" I ask. "Yeah, and then spent half an hour in orbit cleaning my cabin while hoping the passengers wouldn't come out of their bunk room and see the mess. Not my proudest moment. Anyway, here's your pay." He hands you 10 grand. He then adds, if y'all are okay with giving me a lift a little while longer, sell off any of that cargo you bought and then meet me in the spaceport, I'll see if I can rustle up any interesting work for you to do." Done. New Greenland was first settled about 600 years ago at the peak of the Turf Wars era, where most planets were controlled by powerful corporations, and their struggles often turned into outright warfare with privately owned fleets and armies. The people who came to New Greenland were looking for a world so marginal and undesirable that they could live here in peace without being caught in the crossfire. The locals here grow food in greenhouses and specialize in making warm winter clothing, which is the planet's only export. Okay, trading. Okay. Hang on, I'm gonna read... Actually, no, I'm gonna read this. You begin strolling through the spaceport, walking briskly in order to keep warm and wondering if it might be worth investing in a good winter coat for visiting planets like this one. I just bought 5 friggin' clothes. Eventually you find James. He has an entire family in tow. A young couple, an elderly woman, and 4 children who range in age from probably about 3 or 4 up to 12 or 13. Captain Osterhow. I'm pronouncing it the American way instead of the Dutch way because he's American. Wonderful to see you again. I was just talking to this family. They've been having some trouble finding a single ship that can take them all a passage. But I told them that your shuttlecraft has plenty of bunks, at least if the kids double up. They can pay you 40,000 credits to take them to New China, which is just a few jumps away from Earth and is a planet well worth visiting in its own right. What do you say? You are absolutely sure that your shuttle was not designed to fit 9 people, including yourself, but if they're willing to squeeze into the available 5 bunks, you've got no reason to discourage them. Sure, welcome aboard! James helps the older woman up the steps and into your ship, while the younger family members carry the luggage. You're going to have quite a full ship for the next few days. The spaceport is near the equator, but it is still cold enough that there is always some snow on the ground. In addition to the outdoor landing pads, a few hangars are available, an effort by the locals to make their world a little more appealing to merchants passing through the system. You have never seen as many people in fur coats as there are here. What might be considered a luxury in other parts of the galaxy is a necessity here, where the cheapest clothing material is the pelts of indigenous animals. From the size of the claws hanging decoratively off some of the coats, you have to give a grudging respect to the hunters. High fashion is not an industry that usually involves risk of dismemberment. Well, alright then. I need to grab some sparkling water because I'm really freaking thirsty. Hello. Refreshing seltzer water. That did not come out as one continuous belch. I can't do it.